From crop production to weeds popping up in all the wrong places, we'll talk to a local farmer and an ag expert about the impact of the winter weather on so-called super weeds. Plus, officially becoming livestock friendly, we'll head to McCook to hear from Governor Ricketts about the new designation for Red Willow County. And we hit the road to Guide Rock to meet our Farm Youth of the Month. It's time to grow. Good evening, everyone. I'm Regina Bird in for Steve White. After first proposing deep cuts, President Trump now says he'll support crop insurance in the Farm Bill. Steve White has more.
It remains to be seen what level of crop insurance the president will agree to, but he recently signaled he does understand the value of it to farmers. Crop insurance agent Dan Veck says taxpayers spend less because farmers make a payment and have some skin in the game. He says bankers like the program too as a way to manage risk. He says it's good for growers, of course.
Yeah, I mean, farmers, they have a lot of inputs, a lot of costs to go with that. You know, without the crop insurance, without that private-public relationship, it would just be hard for farmers to go about their business. We want to make sure that we continue this legacy of small-town America.
You only have to look at this past growing season to see the value of crop insurance.
Yeah, I mean, the wind was just devastating. It was at the point where we had some of the best yields around, and then the wind comes and, you know, we're looking at good yields, but the potential there to actually make some good money just fell apart on us. But hopefully they had some insurance in place and were able to take care of them.
Veck says it's a unique public-private partnership and says it works for the nation's farmers. Veck says managing risk is key in agriculture these days, especially given the razor-thin margins we see, and crop insurance is a big part of that.
And when it comes to the Farm Bill, you said that you want to make sure crop insurance is protected. That was the subject of this week's poll question. You can see the results of the poll question on your screen. We wanted to know about priorities in the Farm Bill. 50% of you say crop insurance, 31% say cutting federal spending, 14% say SNAP, and 5% say conservation programs. Across the Midwest, corn yields reach record levels and soybean growers produce a bin-busting crop. The year-end numbers show soybean yield per acre was down, but there was a record high number of acres planted. The national number mirrors what happened in Nebraska. Corn yield was a record, but acres were down. Soybean yield was down, but acres were a record. And the numbers are in, and 2017 was a record year for Nebraska soybean growers. The USDA has put out its year-end estimates on corn. The state's production was steady with the year before. Yield averaged 181 bushels an acre. That's up. Soybean production hit a record high of 326 million bushels. That's up 4%. Yield per acre averaged about 57 bushels on soybeans. It was the 10% increase in soybean acres that accounted for the overall production increase. There was a big drop in sorghum production, down 33%. Alfalfa for hay production was up just a bit. Meanwhile, winter wheat acres reach a new low in Nebraska. The USDA now estimates farmers in the Cornhusker State planted 1.03 million acres of wheat for 2018. That's down from 1.12 million acres last year. This would be a new record low. Across the nation, there's just a 1% drop in wheat acres. However, that follows a 10% drop last year. Ag experts say now is the time to become more informed on possible weed problems. NTV's Valerie Juarez talked with a local farmer and with a Adams County Extension representative.
It's only a problem that's been getting worse.
It's really tough to control.
Dawson County farmer Don Beatty saying superweed Palmer amaranth is not something most farmers want to encounter.
And the reason it's such a nasty weed for us that it is very rapidly mutating plant, and so it adapts to herbicides quickly.
Not only can it produce thousands of seeds immediately, but it also reaches new heights.
It can grow to be 6, 8, 10 feet tall.
Which is why Ron Seymour with the Adams County Extension Office is saying, if you see it, you must act immediately.
If you don't keep up with it, within even a week to 10 days time, it could be to a point where you can't control it for the rest of the season.
The weed essentially interfering with farmers' work on the field.
The corn will compete with the palmer, except that it does reduce the water that the corn would get, and also has competition, so it does lower the yield in that area.
Seymour saying although wintertime is a busy time for farmers, it's also a perfect time to continue learning.
Things change pretty fast, and if we don't keep up with those changing trends, then you just can't keep up with the production practices. You can't, things happen in the growing season and you're not ready for it.
Both Seymour and Beatty encouraging others to read up and become educated.
Be proactive in your business, because if you're not proactive, it could take you by surprise and it could be very difficult to catch up.
To help with weed control, farmer Don Beatty says that he rotates his crops, going 2 years for corn and then 1 year with soybeans. Nearly 1 billion bushels of corn sit on Nebraska farms waiting for prices to rally. The USDA reported 1.46 billion bushels of corn is out there across Nebraska, 910 million of those bushels stored on farm. That's an increase. And about 550 million bushels off farm on soybeans. On farm storage is up 15%. The USDA says Nebraska has the capacity of storing more than 2 billion bushels. That's up 7% from a year ago. A sign farmers are putting more up in bins, trying to hold grain to deliver when markets rally. Solidifying their dedication to agriculture, Red Willow County is officially named livestock friendly. Governor Pete Ricketts was in McCook as a part of his State of the State fly around meetings, and he presented the certification. NTV's Sydney Edwards has more with Governor Ricketts.
Red Willow is now the 44th county in the state of Nebraska dedicated to the livestock industry and the possibilities it holds.
Hey, Red Willow County is open for business.
Governor Ricketts proclaims Red Willow County as officially livestock friendly.
What it says is the county commissioners and the people of the county have made a commitment to rural economic development. So we're very excited to make this announcement and to help everybody celebrate.
Governor Ricketts says this now opens Red Willow County to many new possibilities.
For example, establish zoning guidelines and so forth, so that when agribusinesses are looking to expand here in Red Willow County, they know what the rules are ahead of time, and that by creating that certainty, it makes it easier for those companies to invest.
Governor Ricketts says that with agriculture being the #1 industry in Nebraska, this designation is important for other producers to see that Red Willow County is open to new ideas.
And when those companies invest, obviously they're creating jobs. It helps keep our young people here. It also supports the tax base that eventually pays for schools and roads and things like that.
District 1 Commissioner Earl McNutt was a part of the planning process in getting Red Willow to be livestock friendly. He says this now puts Red Willow on the statewide map.
When people are looking from other states across the United States as to where to locate, whether it may be dairies, swine operations, we know that there's a lot of poultry discussions and those types of things. So there is a lot of opportunity out there.
Also at today's event, the ladies of McCook High School's FFA group, here to tell us what a livestock-friendly county means to them.
Our main concern is our animals. If we didn't take care of our animals, there would be nothing for us in return. So when looking at it, by being a livestock-friendly community, we are really guaranteeing that we care about our animals, we care about what we're doing with our lives, and that really just solidifies that for us.
These ladies are gearing up for the FFA state competition in April, showing our capital what being livestock-friendly is all about.
Still ahead on tonight's NTV's Grow, Kent has an update on your forecast. Next, irrigation tech help for farmers to save money when it comes to water. We'll be back after this.